All right, let's just jump right in. The world of work is going through a massive, revolutionary shift, and you guessed it, AI is right at the heart of it all. The skills that used to be a safe bet for a great career, a lot of them are being automated. And this is creating a huge demand for a totally new kind of expert. So the real question is, are you ready for what's next?
To really get a sense of the scale here, just look at one company, McKinsey. In only 18 months, their internal army of AI agents, and you can think of these as little AI assistants built for very specific jobs, it grew from 3,000 to 20,000. That is a 667% increase. This isn't some slow and steady change we're talking about. This is a full-blown explosion.
And believe me, that's just the start. The CEO of McKinsey is on the record predicting that in the next 18 months, every single human employee at his firm will have their own AI agent working right alongside them. So you see, this isn't some far-off, futuristic trend. It's happening right now at the very top.
So this explosion in AI agents, it's happening at a pace we've just never seen before. And it means we have to start thinking about our own skills and our careers in a completely new way.
Think about other big technologies from the past. We had years, sometimes even decades, to get used to tools like PowerPoint or Excel. We absolutely do not have that kind of luxury with AI. The speed at which these things are growing is it's exponential. Things are moving so incredibly fast that waiting around to adapt isn't an option anymore.
So, as AI takes over more and more of the analytical heavy lifting, you have to ask, where does that leave us? Well, it pushes one particular skill way up in value. A skill that machines, for now, just can't replicate. Human judgment.
On one side, you've got what we used to think was so valuable: crunching data, building models, sifting through research. An AI agent can now do all of that way faster and probably better than any human. And that's exactly why the new premium skill, the thing that really matters now, is what you see on the other side: good old-fashioned human judgment.
And this just illustrates the shift perfectly. McKinsey, the company that literally wrote the book on structured analytical thinking, is now going out of its way to hire liberal arts majors. Yeah, you heard that right. People who studied literature, philosophy, history, they're prioritizing them over pure software engineers. So why on earth would they do that? It's because that pure analytical work, the kind of stuff that used to justify those huge six-figure salaries, it's becoming a commodity. It's getting cheaper and cheaper by the day as those thousands of AI agents get smarter and more efficient.
So what do these big companies need from us, humans, now? Well, it's all the things the machines can't do: judgment, creativity, taste. It's that uniquely human ability to look at something an AI has created and to know instinctively if it's any good, if it even matters, and, this is the most important part, to see what's missing. That is the new premium.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you actually develop this premium skill? Well, it's all about moving through three very distinct layers of AI fluency. It's a path that takes you from being a simple user to a true AI collaborator. Think of it like leveling up in a game. Each layer builds on the one before it, and it takes you from just playing around with AI to actually orchestrating it. We start at layer 1, prompting. Then you move up to layer 2, context. And finally, you get to the top, layer 3, systems.
Layer 1 is where pretty much everyone is right now, like 95% of people. You open up an AI tool, you ask it a question, you get an answer. And yeah, it's useful, but it's just the price of admission. It's like knowing how to follow a recipe. Sure, you can make dinner, but that doesn't make you a chef, right?
Now, layer 2 is where things get really, really powerful. Just think about it for a second. Would you ever hire an employee who showed up every single morning with total amnesia with no memory of your company or your projects? Of course not. But that's how most people use AI, treating every single chat like a brand new conversation. Layer 2 is all about giving your AI persistent context, and that transforms it from a forgetful little tool into a real collaborator. And that leads us right to the top, layer 3, systems. This is where you want to be, and it's really the natural next step from layer 2. See, once your AI has that long-term memory, that context, you can start giving it specific roles. Make one a research agent, another a marketing agent, maybe a coding agent. A system is just a team of these context-aware agents working together. At this point, you're not just using AI anymore, you are actively deploying it. You're the one providing the judgment, the direction, and the quality control. So getting to that third layer, it really means you're not just using AI tools off the shelf. You're actually building your own personal AI operating system. And I know that might sound super complicated or intimidating, but it's actually way more accessible than you might think.
Here is the absolute truth, and it's pretty empowering. The core systems that a massive firm like McKinsey is building with huge teams and giant budgets, you can basically replicate them yourself, right now, with tools that cost maybe $20 a month. The gap isn't about technology or money anymore. It's simply about having a system.
So you really have to take a second and do an honest audit of yourself. Are you an AI tourist? Just a casual user, no real system, just kind of dabbling here and there? Or are you on your way to becoming an AI creator? Someone who is systematically building AI into a workflow that's persistent, repeatable, and really efficient.
And you've got to decide pretty quickly, because as you can see here, within the next 12 to 18 months, being able to work effectively with AI, well, it won't be a nice little bonus on your resume. It's going to be a standard filter in the hiring process at any company that's serious about what they do. The question isn't if this is going to happen, it's if you'll be ready when it does.
Look, the era of being valued just because you know a lot of information, that's over. The future belongs to people who can use systems to get real results. So with all that in mind, what's your next move? So let's end with this one simple question. Be honest with yourself. Which layer are you on? Are you still stuck back at layer 1, just prompting? Have you started to build out layer 2, giving your AI some real context? Or are you making the leap to layer 3, building systems and deploying agents to do the work for you? Your answer to that one question is very likely going to define your entire career for the next decade.